All right, first villa board sheet went in. A couple of things we learnt. Try and tuck it in on the inside if you can. So measure in behind the wall. So as you can see, there's a little gap there. Measure in behind. Take your shortest measurement because it will change as you go down the wall. Take your shortest measurement. Take a few mil off that, as long as it's still tucked in behind the wall, and then add that little measurement to the width of the room. That'll give you your length of your villa board. We're using red pen here to highlight areas where we definitely don't want to put any fixings because we've got pipe work there. Last thing you want to do is put a nail or a screw or anything into your brand new plumbing pipe work. So 200 mil nails for up to, I think it's about up to 60 kilos per square meter of a tiled wall. This is going to be tiled. Don't use stud putty. I believe it's not strong enough, and I also believe it may not provide good movement as this heats and contracts with temperature. So nails only. Use the flathead ones, so fiber cement sheet ones. These, I think they have to be at least 30 mil long. Check your specs, check your villa board specs. Yeah, first one in. One thing, make sure you've run all your plumbing, all your cabling before you sheet. So we have got in the electrical sensor for the heated flooring, the under tile heating, but what we didn't run was the heated mat cable. So before this top sheet goes on, we need to run our cable up the cavity to where it's going to be wired in. Alrighty, so we got these sheets on. A couple of little things I learnt. This sheet here was the first one that we put on. A couple of mistakes that we nearly made that were, well, one we just got away with and one that we didn't. When I first measured the hole for this pipe, for some reason I decided to take the measurement out here from the ground, but obviously the pipe may not actually be at 90 degrees, so it changed the height really. So always measuring where the fitting, like where the sheet's actually going. So measure this point to the ground. So I got the height a little bit off there. Another thing is we just started tacking it in the corners, and we didn't go and mark out everywhere where a nail cannot go. So these red marker pens, we've used photos and the tape measure to make sure we didn't hit anything. Now we put a nail in here on the first sheet we did, and we nearly put it straight into our plumbing. So, you know, it's just inexperience there, and maybe a little bit of heat, dehydration, rushing, and inexperience all mixed together created that one. We got away with it. It didn't actually go into the pipe at all, but yeah, we're a bit lucky there. Alrighty, so as you can see, we've cut our rectangle out for our niche, but we've got this little fragile bit here. Obviously it's not ideal. We probably should have, you know, cut the sheet, this original sheet, lower and made this a bit thicker, but we're going to fix it on with nails normally. And what we're going to try and do, instead of just driving a nail in and potentially splitting this, is we're going to grab our masonry drill and just put it on drill function only, so no hammer, and then just gently drill. can see we've gotten through there to the timber, and I just moved it to the right a little bit so I didn't hit our screws. So yeah, I'll whack a nail in and this should look okay. We'll see how we go. Fingers crossed it doesn't split the filler board. Down, a few to go. Hopefully that helps. The wall's up. We started on the niche. So for this niche backing here, what we did is we put on some sealant, and this is what we have used. There is the brand. This is a really good product. It's a polyurethane type sealant, so it's okay to use with your waterproofing. So we did a border of sealant and then some squiggles and pushed it on as someone supported the other side of the wall. And then we're going to go do the border now, so we're just nailing that on, so 2 at each end, and then just a zigzag pattern every 100 mil. And we'll do that all the way around for the border. Then we will go and apply that sealant I just showed you. We'll do that sealant on the inside of the niche everywhere. Also on our vertical walls, on our corners. Here. And the back one. It doesn't need it. And also all along the floor edge as well. We'll put that sealant there.